Hey everyone, Mark Metternich here. Simply, quickly, I'm going to show you how to download Adobe DNG Editor, not to be confused with DNG Converter. So easy, an 8-year-old can do it in just minutes, not to be feared. You can make your own linear profile for Lightroom, Camera Raw, or you can make profiles to match any camera, or just make your own profiles so easily, so quickly, and so simply in a minute or two. And you don't even have to give your email away to get them from somebody else. Let's go. Punch in Adobe DNG Editor into Google. Go to Digital Negative DNG Help Center from Adobe. This is where people get really messed up. Do not choose the Adobe DNG Converter. People will download that right here and then they will be messed up. Come down to your resources and you'll see DNG Profile Editor, Mac. Download it onto your Mac hard drive applications folder. Hit save. It already exists on my computer, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it. However, you go to your applications, go down to your Adobe DNG Editor, DMG, not to be confused with DNG. There it is, right there. Double click on it fast, and it will load and open up. After this loads, some people will have the problem where when they open this up, this will come up. You can type these exact words into a Google search and there will be answers for your particular computer. For myself, I had to go to my system preferences. I had to go to my security and privacy. I had to go to accessibility, unlock, find the program, relock it, and I was good. The next time I went to the DNG Profile Editor, that same window came up if I double clicked on it, or if I clicked on it and hit enter. So I looked that up on the internet, and all I had to do was right click and hit open. And from then on out, it would open up. Good idea to pull the icon where you're used to opening your programs. I'll double click on it. It's open. You will notice with the newest version of Mac, as of the making of this video, it looks a little wigged out, but it functions perfectly. Now, you've got it on your computer. All you have to do is 1 or 2 tweaks. You're done for any camera, and you can make your own profiles for Lightroom or Camera Raw. Simple stuff, folks. Even though some people online will try to tell you that it's really super advanced. It can do advanced things, but it is simple. So what do we do next? We need to make sure we have a DNG RAW file on our computer somewhere. Because I have this CR2 file on my desktop at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and go to Lightroom and I'm going to convert it to a DNG image and export it to my desktop. You could also open up Adobe Bridge and there is a DNG converter in there. And although I haven't done it through Camera Raw, I believe you can do it through Camera Raw as well. So I'm going to open up Lightroom. I'm going to right click on the image. And for those of you who don't know where your photos are on your computer, even though you use Lightroom, right click and go to Show in Finder. And I would suggest putting your photos on your computer in a very organized way and then pointing Lightroom to those folders, but always knowing where those photo files are. My hard drives are dedicated only to photos, and all there are folders with names full of photos. Go to Export, Export to DNG. This is one way to do it. I'm going to show you an even better way to do it. Choose where you want it to go, and it's done. That fast, that simple. Any photo that's really important to you, you are going to want to go to Enhance. Do not choose Super Resolution because it's not super. It's a generic AI upsizing, and there's many programs out there that beat the tar out of this. This will create more problems than good in a fine art photo. But do choose Raw Details. It used to be called Enhanced Details. Choose that, hit Enhance. Depending on the speed of your computer, it's going to make another file down here, which is the enhanced file. And I'm clicked on it automatically. It says enhanced down there. Now, export this image. Choose a place to export it and export it. Done. This is an enhanced DNG, and there's the DNG on my desktop. So easy. Now we're almost done. To actually make the linear profile for a camera only takes seconds. My suggestion is to not rely on others to do this for you. Here's that icon for the DNG profile editor. It's open because this window is open. All you have to do is go to File, Open, DNG image. That means you need to open a DNG image. That's a raw image, has all the same data in it as your proprietary raw file. Click on DNG image and then go find a DNG. I'm going to go to Mac hard drive, users, mark Metternich, and desktop. And there's the enhanced DNG, there's the DNG. It makes no difference what kind of a DNG that you choose. It just needs to be from that camera that you're creating the linear profile for. Hit open. Don't even worry about what the image looks like. All you have to do is two things. Go to your tone curve and choose linear. This one already is linear because I already have the linear profile on my computer. But for you, you're going to see a big change where it gets very dark and very flat. The next thing, go to Color Tables and choose Adobe Standard. Don't worry about this. This is just how Adobe colors work. You're going to have every color that is available within human vision and even more. Once you've done that, you're done. Except for you now need to go to File, Export, which is like saving, and it'll save it right into the Camera Raw Profiles folder on your computer, which is for Lightroom and Camera Raw. Camera Raw is in Lightroom, and Camera Raw is a standalone application outside of Photoshop. So click on it. I already have this on my computer, but one thing I want to show you that will be helpful is I have many images from many clients, and when it's my own camera especially, I will rename this to what I'm used to calling my camera without the words untitled recipe. So I'm highlighting everything except for the .dcp, and I might use caps 1dx linear profile. And then all you have to do is save. I'm now going to have to delete that because I'm going to have a bunch of them. Now, to close out, just close the window. This won't close. Go to DNG Profile Editor and quit the Profile Editor. No, I do not want to save that recipe. You're done. Now, when you're in Lightroom or you're in Camera Raw, that profile will be in the list of profiles. So let's say I opened it in Camera Raw. Just above the white balance, you have the boxes. I choose list because I do not want grid. I do not want these and to have to click on them. All you have to do is hover over any of the profiles that are already in the list, and you will see the change right there on your full image. What you'll notice is where all your profiles are, your Adobe profiles, your camera modeling or matching profiles, your artistic, black and whites, modern, vintage. By the way, that DNG editor can make tremendous varieties of black and white profiles. Lightroom and Camera Raw is the very best place to make black and whites on the planet. But there'll be a new name here that wasn't there before unless you have done this before, and it'll just say profiles. That'll pop up. And now you just go to the linear profile, boom, go out of there, and there you're in the linear profile. This isn't the color space. In Camera Raw, your color space is down here. Adobe RGB is pretty popular for a lot of people. And in Lightroom, it is in your preferences, but this is the profile. And you have all of the data that your camera actually captured now, upwards to 1, 2, even 3 stops more data from your shadows all the way through your middle tones and highlights, and extremely much wider dynamic range, and all that gigantic list of benefits that working with a linear profile give us. If you opened up your DNG or your proprietary RAW file, Canon, Nikon, Sony, Fuji, what have you, if you take my advice and use the enhance for fine art quality, especially if you're ever going to make an enlargement and you're about to start working on your image, you haven't even made an adjustment yet, first thing to do is you go up to those same 4 boxes, looks almost the same as Camera Raw, click in there, come around, and if you hover over these, you'll see a change in the image. So that's why I choose the list instead of grid. I like it much better. Grid takes up far too much space. You can't see like all the black and white profiles really fast by hovering over them. But you'll see there is a new list here. And here's the ones that were in Camera Raw. And by the way, this is Camera Raw. The Develop tab in Lightroom is Camera Raw. Click on the profiles, and any custom profiles that you choose to make, that you save the way I showed you how to save, will be right here. Boom, linear. Can you imagine that since 2003 and we had Camera Raw, people have been begging Adobe for a linear profile and they never gave it to us. But they did give us the great ability to make linear profiles and other types of profiles. There you have it. That's a linear profile. You have all of the data that hit your sensor now. None of it has been chopped off. I hope that helped you. I have loads of instructional materials available to help people master post-processing for printmaking and so much more at markmetternich.com. And if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, and notifications. And thank you for following me. Great light to you, your family, and your loved ones.